Right, g'day guys, Clint here for dropshipdownunder.com.au. Look, today I'm going to be talking about the 4 stages of dropshipping or starting a business of any kind that you're going to go through, okay? So look, the very first thing that you're going to experience is what I like to call the gutter stage, okay? So like, what I mean by that is you're literally just in the trenches, you know what I mean? You're down the bottom, you're not seeing any results, you're grinding, you're struggling, and you're just at that time you're just flatlining. Okay, what I mean? And this is, funnily enough, is where most people quit. Okay, they don't even get up to the next stage. But the gutter stage is by far the most important stage. Okay, it's when you're in the trenches. It's when you're grinding. It's when you're not getting paid for anything that you're doing, and it can be a really, really difficult stage to push through. Right, but as long as you understand where you're at, it gets easier as you move forward. So the gutter stage could last anywhere, no shit, from 1 day all the way up to a year. Hopefully you get past the gutter stage before that, but look, usually it'll take you sort of a month to 3 months to get through the gutter stage. You've got your store up, you've turned a few ads on, and you're starting to see some progress because of the hard work you've put in the gutter stage. Okay, the next stage is the love-hate stage. Okay, and this is probably one of the most frustrating parts of starting a business and running a dropshipping store generally. Okay, this is when you've got your store up, you've got your suppliers on board, you're running a few ads, and you're making a few sales. So one day you'll make $1,000 in sales. The next day you make 0. The next 4 days you make 0. The next day you make 500. The next day you make 1 sale. The next day you make, and it's up like this, up and down, up and down, up and down, right? And this is for me personally, when I'm building a store, is when I get the most frustrated, when I get the most annoyed, what am I doing wrong? You know what I mean? Why is it so inconsistent? And this is your problem solving stage at the end of the day, right? This is where you're constantly tweaking things to work out what's working, what's not working. And again, this is oftentimes when people get to this point and quit. Okay, this is the very least time that you want to quit for sure, because you are seeing some results and you get to learn from what's working and what's not working, testing, A/B testing what copy works, what ads are working, split testing your ads on Facebook or Google Ads, and it's all these little tests and tweaks and that make the difference. And then we move on to the next stage, which is the rocket ship phase, right? This is when you've basically got it all locked down, you're kicking ass and taking names, and you're seeing this huge growth because you've got your ads locked down, you've got all your supplier systems down pat, your customer service is on point, and you're really starting to see some consistent sales. And you're sort of doing anywhere from 2,000, 10,000, 40,000, 50,000 a month, whatever size niche you're in. This rocket stage is very, very exciting time. And then basically, this is when everyone's getting fired up. You're seeing some results. You're thinking about quitting your job, etc., right? And this is where most people don't get to, because they get lost in the gutter stage and the love-hate stage. Okay, but when you hit the rocket ship phase, it's very, very exciting time. But the 4th phase of what happens is, with these niche stores, especially in Australia, you sort of hit the top of the mountain, okay? And this is when you start not to plateau, but you just sort of consolidate, and you can't throw any more money at the ads, if you know what I mean. Like, you've sort of exhausted as big as the little niche store is going to go, So if you're within a single product type niche, for example, we call it SUPs, for example. You'll hit a plateau at some point where you can't really grow any further, and you want to start thinking about the next store and sliding back down that mountain. Obviously maintain this store, but start sliding down that mountain and think about hitting into the gutter stage again and starting another store, and really building your empire. I mean, this is what it's all about. So there's the 4 stages, guys: the gutter stage, the love-hate stage, the rocket ship phase, and top of the mountain phase. My favorite is obviously top of the mountain. You're consolidating, you're looking at a few different ways to get some nice steady growth over time, but you're not this massive trajectory like you were in the rocket ship phase. everything starts to settle. You're seeing consistent income, bankable income. You know, you can really start at that point. You can really start thinking about, you know, quitting your 9 to 5 and you know, really going on with this full time and, you know, building more and more stores and, you know, like we do, basically build a large drop shipping business. So that's about it, guys. 4 stages, living the dream. So look, if you want to find out more about drop shipping, Grant and I have put together an awesome free dropshipping course specifically for the Aussie market. You'll learn 6 important things that you're going to need to know before you even think about dropshipping in Australia. So check that out, dropshipdownunder.com.au/free. The link will be in the description or above this video, depending on where you're watching it. So with that, keep living the dream, and we'll talk again next time. Cheers.